guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just another brown girl in America, and as you can see, I have a special guest, and his name is Jamel Lee. So if you've been watching the updates and the premieres, you all know this is my ex-husband. We are premiering my new playlist, my new channel. It's not a new channel, but it is on my new playlist, Divorced and Single in America. And this is where we are going to address concerns about women, the whole feminist movement. Are women cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Are they not? So I decided before we can hold these other women accountable, I got to bring myself to the front of the congregation. Okay. So introducing my ex-husband, Mr. Jamel Lee with Lee Entertainment. He is works in corporate, been working in corporate for about how many years now? 11 years. He's sets up parties, does entertainment, comedian, you name it, he can do it. So that being said, we want to get started. So let me do something. Oh, and you want to know something funny, just so you can have, this is a disclaimer. I was not supposed to be right here. Okay. So this is a little bit of anxiety for me. He doesn't know that. I wanted to be, separate. But we're having technical difficulties, but here we are. And now I had to travel to his new home. We're going to figure out how he got this new home throughout this interview. So if you want to drop it in the chat, drop some in the chat. We're going to get this interview started. You got some questions. I want to wait for a few people to get in here. Give me 1 second. And this is my first live, guys. So welcome. And if any bag chasers in here, shout out to you. Bag chasers, and shout out to Anton Daniels. All right. So you ready? You ready? Is there anything you want to say to the people?
Any questions that you all might have, go ahead, put them in the chat. You guys are the ones that's gonna control the conversation. So whatever you guys type, whatever questions you have, unless we answered them previously, we'll be answering those questions. Of course, if we can see them.
Right, because right now, if you can drop a comment, that's the only price to entry. Drop a comment, hit the like button so we can get this video in the algorithm, because our goal here is not just for your entertainment, but it is also to try to prevent other couples, struggling couples, marriages, to not go through the things we've been through. Also, the main plight is the black family, the family as a whole, but primarily the black family, because we firmly believe that that is a big part of the issue of the fatherless homes, the single mothers, and things like that. So we do not want what happened to us to happen to you guys. Is that right? Did I say it right? All right, that's the goal. So without further ado, you ready? Now, he doesn't know the questions. And just for a backdrop, we have been married. We got married in 2009. We were separated twice. I left because of me. I left. We got my last time we separated was 2017, November 2017. We were separated for a while. The divorce got final about 20, I think it was 2023, 2022, 2022. The divorce was final. And then we decided to double back. All right. So the double back is where me, got walked out on. Okay. Well, is that not true?
I didn't say it.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
It's the truth. All right, so just relax, be yourself. All right, so we were not supposed to be sitting next to each other, guys. Here we go. So we want to thank you again for being here. I just got to outline because I want to make sure we stay on track, but you can answer these questions however you want to answer them. And then And then we are going to get to the question that we all been waiting for. All right. Well, we're going to do a little background. So, thank you for being here again. Our story just isn't about the marriage, it's about blended families. We got 8 children blended together. Before we got into our relationship, what was your vision like of bringing all our kids together and as a family when we first committed to this back in 2000? Well, whenever you decided this.
I mean, like 06 when we met.
Well, I don't know when, so that's what I'm asking. So,
Well,
before we got into our relationship, what was your vision of bringing all of our kids and families together?
Well, first off, I always told you when I met you, we met at work. So when I met you at work, I just looked at you and I said, she gonna have my son. So it was, I really didn't see past it. I was probably just being lustful. That's a Bible word. But no, I knew that I wasn't trying to wear contraception, and we was gonna have a baby, and it was gonna be a son.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not the first time you said that.
So you know I'm not lying.
I don't know that because
Well,
I just know what you're saying, but I just can't believe you look at me and be like, you having a son. Now, it might be, hold on, because see, hold on, ladies, because this is a good one. Do men do that? Do you think men look at a woman and say, she gonna have my baby, whether it be for toxic reasons or good reasons? I'm speaking not for toxic reasons too, to like trap women.
I wasn't gonna trap.
Well, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying. I'm saying in general.
Look, it was. Do men? Yeah, I mean, look, you got baby hair. You fit the mold of what I like, and your stomach was out. You had like a little 4-pack, 5-pack or something. You used to wear a belly shirt to work. I don't know how you made that polo shirt.
I did not wear no belly shirt to work.
But you swear. He got you pregnant. That was your thought.
Okay.
But I'm okay. So I was definitely single at the time. I had already had 3 children when I met her, and I was very young. By the time I was 20, I had already had 3 children. I met her at like I was about 25. So when I met her, so by the time I was 26, we was dating, but I had a firm handle on my children. My son at the time was living with me, and I would have my other kids all the time. And at that time, child support wasn't an issue. The women that I had dealt with all had one child by me, and they let me raise our kids. So I had no thought process of if you have a child, it's a bad thing, because I didn't have any at that time. I didn't have anything negative. I was actually, in my opinion, I always felt like I was blessed. So when I met Nikki, yes, I wasn't dealing with them in the capacity sexually at all, but when I looked at her, basically it was more of a sexual thought process at first, because like I said, that's when you first meet, and a lot of times she wasn't going for it. Like I remember the first thing she said was, like, we was laying in the bed, like getting ready to do it or whatever, and after a couple of dates, and she was like, you know, if we do this, we go together. And I
That
was like,
is
go
true.
work. What we supposed to be going?
Shout out to Bag Chasers in the building. Exposies. Thank you for coming in.
Now, and you know, I had to think about it for a second. It was a short second, and I was like, let's go with it. So we was together from that day on.
So at that moment, because you wanted to get the nookie, you decided to commit.
Well, I mean, at the time, like I said, even on the chat, somebody like 3 kids at 20, that's tough. I was just thinking at that time. I did think long term, which was it's time for me to settle down, and it's time for me to do something better. I can't keep populating St. Louis, so it was good for me to settle down.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna moving along forward. So that was the history. That was a little bit of history. So I do want to kind of really back into 2024 because we here to talk about why you left me.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm ready on the question.
All right. When we decided to try again in 2024 after years of separation, what was the shared vision this time? What did we agree needed to be different for us and for the kids? Now, I will say this before you answer. My answer is I feel we did not address anything. So we really didn't address past issues or the reason we broke up or any of that. But I felt like I guess I felt like you knew where I was mentally, and I thought I knew where you was mentally. So we had a mutual understanding that we was gonna try to give the youngest half what the other ones did. So that was my thought. So as far as you, what was your thinking going in back into this in 2024 after all that time?
One of the things is from the marriage point, we transitioned, and one of the things we transitioned to was just being good friends. One of the things you blessed me with was for the first, I did have 50-50 custody of the kids. So that was the idea I came up with. But you pushed it along because I'll never forget the conversation. And it was also right around COVID time. But it was one of those, you only get the kids 4 days a month. And we was talking about getting them every other weekend. Mm-hmm. And you was like, you out here living your life and you only keeping the kids 4 days a month. And I was like, it ain't no big deal. And I had already been thinking about it, but I just didn't think you would go for it.
Why didn't you think I would go for it? Did you think I was like Bonquisha?
I mean, I just didn't think so. So the one thing that happened was that I said, well, why don't we just do 50-50? And I think you dropped the phone and was like, is you playing? And I was like, no. And that was it. I think I said, give me 2 weeks and we could do it. Yeah. I think the only rules you said was make sure you buy clothes for your house. And the other thing was that was it. So I was okay with it.
Right. So what? Huh? The charge is dead. Oh, give us 1 second. But you still, and you can talk to them while we're doing this, didn't actually address the question.
What was the question?
The question was, when we decided to get back together,
all right.
What was the...
I'll finish it while you fix it.
Okay.
So basically, when we got back together, we had basically went to more of we were really good friends role. And I was friends with her just like I'm friends with my other children's parents, but at this time, my other children are adults. So we were friends, and just regular friends. I didn't care who she dated. She never let that get in. She never let that hinder when it was time for me to get my kids. If anything, I got them even more than she did because she traveled a little bit more than I did. Now, she would say that she only traveled on her weeks, but bag chasers, she traveled when she felt like it because she knew I wasn't going to complain. So I wasn't going to complain. I was happy to have them. We didn't do child support. And even when we went and got our divorce, we still was in court together. And I remember the judge, even while we were in court, saying things like, when I said I had custody 50-50, they still were like, well, you're going to pay $1,400 in child support. And she was like, are y'all not looking at the paper? Are y'all not paying attention? I don't want child support. and he has the kids already 50-50. So, with that being said, I don't know a lot of men that get the opportunity to have their kids 50-50 and at the same time pay no child support, or you support the kids in an agreement fashion. So those things right there, friend forever. And I always thought like Nikki was mainly probably she was one of the few women I love. It's very few. I don't really love like that. I might do a lot of liking, but as far as loving, I don't really open myself up to a lot of people. So, with that being said, when we looked at 2024, I changed here. But we had some goals in 2024. One was to move to Florida, and especially for the well-being of the children. That was a major goal because I always wanted to leave St. Louis, but I couldn't leave because I wouldn't leave my kids at all. But if my kids leave, I can go. And if we stayed, with that being said, that was pretty much about it. To make that happen, I had to move. I had to move in her home. Keyword, her home. I didn't like that. And if you ask me why I didn't like it, which is the natural question, if you ask me, I just saw one of the chats. You said a lot of liking. What that mean?
You know what that mean. You know what that mean. That boy was outside with the liberals.
First of all,
he had blue hairs, blue hair ones, all kinds. The liberals, liberal women. That's what he was with. So the Florida thing, okay, we can definitely address the Florida thing, but I feel like we did address that, but I think you wasn't accepting that because, far as the Florida thing goes, for me, we needed to address finances first. I didn't want to just move to Florida. Just move to Florida. Florida is not like that.
But I mean, your job not finances. Your job is to go.
My job is to go, but my job is also to trust that I'm gonna be good when I go. So we stick it in 2024, or we can go back to where those issues came from, and then that's what I'm saying. I don't think we agreed to pass issues. We didn't discuss them. And even when I was trying to make provisions for it, I think because I was a woman, you was not trying to hear it when I say, sure, to put some bank account, let's get this together, let's leave in there. It was like you wanted to like literally just go. And I just didn't want to move like that. And then it just was like.
This was the thing. You had started a business, the non-for-profit. And even though you don't do it anymore.
That's not true. But.
Well, I'm saying it's like. When I would bring something up about Florida, you would talk about the non-for-profit. Like, I'm going to have to leave my business.
That's not, I've never said that.
You also brought up leaving your mom, which all of
I brought up taking my mom.
I said, okay, quick.
But I still wasn't going to go to Florida to live check to check.
I mean.
Like, to me, that just didn't make sense. Well, I didn't understand. I didn't understand. Right? No, I did not have a job off in Florida.
We had one that we talked about.
No, we had a job that may have been coming up, and I had not had the job. It had even been put online to apply for, and the job not even there no more. So it still probably wouldn't have happened. And I firmly believe that it's got to be natural, and I felt like you was forcing it. You was rushing it.
All I said
and you didn't want to do the whole financial part of it. Because I only feel like that because I said it.
No, I live in a different.
Right, you live in the now.
Like, for example, with me working for my company as long as I have, and we move. If I move because I've been there 11 years, I get a moving package when I go. Also, Florida don't have state tax. That helps me. And even though Florida is the most expensive state in the country, right? One of the most expensive states in the country. I think it's top 3. Kelly was talking about doing a shared situation. And at the same time, my job I was gonna at least get a $20,000 raise because the cost of living in Florida was different. Now, I understand financial thought processes, especially now that we're Republicans. Yes, we think about finances. But I kind of make sure you straight.
Wait a minute. Thank you, feminism. What you mean? What you mean by that? Not that one. What you mean by that?
What? Which one?
Thank you, feminism. Now, I'm not going to act like, but that was not a feminism mindset at that time. I'm not going to act like I never thought that because I was raised to have those thought processes. Mm-hmm. But that thought process was actually a conservative thought process.
But here's the thing. Anytime I get that if you move,
because by the time we got back together, I had already been all the way into the whole, okay, our family need to be what it is. We want the other ones to have what the other kids didn't. I felt like like you said, our friends was cool. So I felt like we could work out kinks or whatever, but I also felt like it take two. But moving right on. Any questions or whatever? And then you could finish. But don't forget, let me take a pause. Hit the like button. I see the likes. Share this. Tap in. Drop a comment. Share it to your family and friends, married couples, because we just going to talk about it and we going to hash it out right here. Respectfully. At most points, maybe. Okay. So, but yeah. Anything else on that?
Well, okay, so I think when we got to a point where we decided, I felt like she ain't trying to move. And we did get a new batch of friends. And where we live, we had some great couples as friends. I can't change that. I can't change how great they were for our family. I can't change how great they were for Nikki's growth. They were just some amazing people. But I was still stuck in Nikki's house. And as a man, I didn't want to be in Nikki's house. And the main reason is when Nikki got that house was for Nikki and the kids when she had them on her week. That house was nowhere near for Jamel. When I say it's Nefertiti pictures all over the place.
That is not true. Don't even blackity black me like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's too girl. I like girls. The girl flower head.
She got the side facing women pictures with some dumbass her.
They got the flower.
Nothing manly. And I understood that. Also, when I got there, every closet in the house was hers. Every closet. So I literally had a black trash bag with all my a black trash can, 32 gallon, with my clothes in it. And she was like, "You can have a closet."
I did not.
And she opened up this closet that can hold 10 hangers.
Are you seriously saying this is true?
4 boxes of shoes.
That's true.
That's
true. All the closets in the house had my stuff in it.
Okay.
Out of everybody in the house, all of them was filled with my stuff. Now I did have donations in a closet.
That could have been thrown away.
What?
I mean, look.
No.
I understand what your business
was. You never respected it and you never did. And it was not a business. I don't make money off that. That was a non-profit. That's not a business. That's not a business.
We're Republicans. We don't really do non-profits.
I'm not a Republican, first of all. For a disclaimer, I am an independent.
I'm a Republican. That doesn't make me different. But when we always talk about finances, at that time, she was spending a lot of time utilizing her non-for-profit, which was cool. I didn't have anything to do with it, but I needed the closet space. And all I said was, let's move to a bigger place that's going to give me what I need.
And but did anything happen besides you want to triple our money to move?
Triple who money?
Don't say triple who, because I'm not a kept woman.
Kinda kept.
No, ain't no such thing as kinda. And I don't, that's not the point. I don't have to be. I'm saying don't say me, but I'm saying if we make more money, and audience ask me if I'm right, if we are making more money or we start making more money, why do we automatically have to start spending more money if we're trying to save money, especially to buy a house? I didn't want to go make nobody else rich. I want to buy a house and even to save for Florida, but that was not your thought process. Like that's just
I don't have to have a home to move in Florida.
What?
I don't have to own a home to live in Florida. The home value.
Florida, we passed. That's not where we at right
what
here.
I'm saying is, I don't have to own a home to live anywhere.
No, but we should own our own home. Why would we continue to pay landlords, make them rich, invest in their life, and when we could just pay less and have more and have our own?
Now, how old are you?
I'm going to be 48.
You be 48.
Shout out to me.
In a 30-year loan. When are we done paying it off? Well, how old are you then?
Okay, so we have the cash? I'm not finna do the math.
78.
Okay.
Ain't no money coming in. I ain't trying to pay no mortgage at 78. I'm trying to live with my kids.
So you just want to pay rent?
What I'm saying is, to move out of your place and pay rent, yes. Yes. Also, if you hadn't checked the Fed, the interest rates on buying
that
the
we
homes
talking
at
about
the
last
time,
year.
No, this was still last year. At the time, were the same as rental prices.
It's just not.
It wasn't even
it ain't about the
time.
price, Jamel. It's not about the price. It's about having something, generating something, having something where our kids can go home to. Why would I want to continue to make these people rich and richer and richer, and they stay raising rent when we can have my own? I can have my own house, and I can have something for my children to always have and build on.
Just keep making your landlord rich. You can't.
No, I'm not in it, because see, right,
You can't
we're not even there yet. We
exclude
talk.
my
That's
happiness.
you going. We're not excluding your happiness, but you want instant happiness.
No, just in the place I'm living.
No, with everything.
That's not instant.
That's you're literally your mindset. Instant for everything. So we getting off the rails. We gonna move along. So with all that being said, in those early months of being back together, can you remember any moment where you felt like we got it right?
Nope.
All right. All right, so we can go ahead and we're gonna start to the second segment. If y'all haven't already, share this to your friends, like, comment, share. We only got 3 people. We need more people. Run it up, run it up, run it up. All right, so what?
I'm gonna answer this question first. Expo. Can you say it? Is it the way I'm supposed to say it?
Which one?
From when you were outside with the liberals, that was 2017 through 2024. That was the time when we were separated.
Said when you was out with them liberals. I saw her one day. She was out in the street like an animal twerking.
No.
Yes, I promise to God she was.
What are you talking about? Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
She was at work.
No, she was just on the sidewalk
You
with
mean
the
in
rest
Cinco de Mayo?
with the rest of the animals. From your perspective, that's what they looked like in a crowd of everybody acting normal, and they were acting like animals. So that's what it looked like. Anywho, from your perspective,
If I had a sign, it would say shots fired. Shots fired. But it's cool.
did you share the link to it? Well, she'll never know. Okay. From your perspective, when did you start seeing the old familiar relationship problems reemerge during our reconciliation? and what was the core issue between us that we were never able to solve. So the first question is, from your perspective, when did you start seeing the old familiar relationship problems come back up?
Well, I mean, I think it was when we was really trying to get somewhere to, when we were talking about getting to another place to stay. Because you had a goal, and your goal was simply to buy the house that you're in now. Now, you had been in that house for 2 years. And I get it. You was there 2 years before I got there. That was a house you chose. It was no problem. All I'm saying is, I just believe that we should do better. And that's my firm belief.
What do that mean?
Well, our incomes.
No. So
I
is
can
this
say
when you
this.
start seeing? I'm saying, when did you start seeing?
That's when. Because
Okay.
we were really arguing over this house. But I was the only one uncomfortable. Like we needed another bathroom. We needed more closet space. And we also needed a fence.
I mean, that's all true, but I also needed to buy the house so I could do what I was going to do financially.
The house.
Can I finish talking?
So when you
I'm
say
saying I need to finish the
Go ahead.
sentence because we talking about before you got
Go
there.
ahead.
You
That's fine.
referenced that
All right.
was, you
So-
keep saying it was my house, so
Go
I
ahead.
got to say I. That plan for that house was for me. That was not a forever home, which I had already told you. This already had a business plan for that house to do what I need to do, live in it. Kids would be gone, downsize, or at least two of them be left or whatever. Downsize, rent that out, or whatever the case may be, and do that over and over and over. That was the plan. But see, that of course wasn't your plan. That was my plan. So I understand as a man, and we're gonna get to that thought process of why you didn't respect actually what I was already doing. Where did it come to the organization? Because you already knew what I was doing when you got into it. And I feel like I said up here, we did not address any past issues. We didn't have conversations. So sometimes it's almost like we just be ending up back together every time we get back together. We never really address anything. We just kind of end up back together. So, that's all I got to say about that. Anything else?
No, you gonna go to the next question?
No. Was that the core issue? The house? No, it's not. My phone don't ring like that. Well, anyway, while he turning his phone off, don't forget the only price to entry. Hit the like, subscribe. If you want to subscribe, we're gonna be doing this. And thank you for sticking in with me. Shout out, Cole. That's what's up. Thank you for the people in here in the shot. You gotta let our son in. Take him through the back way, please. So yeah, he gotta go let our son in. This is actually his week. So what we do as far as co-parenting is we alternate weeks. So which works because I would never be the type to keep kids away from their father. I believe that they need equal time with both parents, preferably in the same house. But we are going to get to co-parenting. He's here soon. But right now, we probably needed that little break because he was getting me a little razzle dazzle. Because if we just talking about a house, now he telling the story the way he telling it, but we've had conversations about this house. The house wasn't a forever house. You know that. But he's an instant type of person and he likes things his way. So, shout out if you in there. I know it's morning point here. I can see you. Run it up, run it up, run it up. But yeah, we're gonna get to it because I don't know. I think it's a little more than what he let on. That's what I think. If you think it's a little more than what he let on, let me know in the comments. If there's something else Shout out 48. Yes. I do remember. Did we take a picture together? Me, you, and the young lady? I think that was all. Yeah, I feel like that is. I can't hardly see. All right, we're going to get to it.
I want to say one more thing.
But,
Okay. Just for this, guys, let's take this into consideration. Now, I know what she's saying, but really, in my opinion, she's speaking from fear. Okay? So,
no, I'm speaking from experience.
fear. So, she's been in that house for 2 years without me. Okay? I moved in, a 6-figure income just moved in. The same house she was handling without a 6-figure income for 2 years. All I'm saying is, look at that.
That's because he's listening to you. And
But he's right.
No, he's believing what you say.
The mortgage increasing rates, the increase in property taxes, utilities, and especially the maintenance.
Okay.
Home ownership right now is more expensive. And all I was saying was, we have 2 daughters, twin daughters that are 9 years old. They're geniuses. I wanted to put them in a better school district or at least a safer place. I don't want my daughters knowing what Crips are. Not only do they know what Crips are, they know what twerking is. They know a lot of things. And I would really just rather them read. But they go to a hood school, and one of them loves the hood life. It's always one of the twins. And the reasons her head is down, she know it.
No, my head down because I'm getting to the next question because I feel like you just
I'm ready.
woofing right now. Okay. All right. So, all right. This is good because we're going to this leading right into this. Let's talk about the red pill philosophy, the manosphere. You familiar with the red pill?
No, I want you to break it down.
I'm actually familiar with the concept. Well, apparently, from a woman's perspective, the red pill content basically is a manosphere for mostly men. The men who do this content basically try to level men up to keep them from being whacked. But they also teach them how to have backbone sometime, be strong. I mean, I'm not really sure, but I think it's more financial, just keeping yourself together or whatever. Now, if I'm wrong, then you explain to me exactly what red pill content is, if you know.
Like, I don't
You don't
understand
know.
the term.
Okay. Well, basically, that's kind of it. So if you think about shows like what's his name, Myron Gaines, they would consider that red pill. Kevin Samuels, they would consider that
Oh, I watch a lot of that content.
red pill content.
Correct.
Okay. So let's talk about the red pill philosophy. How did those ideas inform your decision to leave for good this time? Did it give you a new framework for why our romantic partnerships specifically couldn't work?
Well, one of the things that I do have to realize is I'm 45 years old. And being 45, if it's gonna be anything that you should do, is I've been around you long enough for, in my opinion, if I feel like, I don't want to say if I say we should go to the moon, I almost feel like you should be like, pick a rocket. But just to take a step back from that, in the past we might have had financial issues, and that was in the past.
When has it not ever been? See, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I was finna see. Because
So
you saying hold on, because I want to make sure I address this. You saying you feel, which I do feel like a woman should do that, but she also has to have a sufficient leader that she can trust to do that. So if you saying that in the past we had financial issues, we never not.
So I'll just
So
look at it like
when
this.
can I remember that you get what I mean? So
So-
how can I trust to just hop to Florida with you with the same thought process, making the same decisions? Why wouldn't I be scared?
And that's fine, you being scared, but I don't have time for your fear.
But I don't have time to have no lights out.
And that's why I'm saying.
But you never like planned all of that. And see, that's how I know like that's red pill content. I don't have time for your fear. But my fear is coming from a valid place, so you can't deny that either. You
But
can't just sit
it
here
might
and
be,
no,
but I'll
you
say
cannot
this.
say you just deny that. You have to do better.
We were separated from
2017,
to 24. That's 7-8 years.
and I still saw the
And,
same
but at the
things.
same time, you ain't noticed I was with the same company. You
The
ain't.
same company, I noticed that, but you were still doing the same things and making the same decisions.
What decisions I made?
Okay, Javette.
Like, for example, I was living in a place with very low rent. Like, if you didn't understand me living in a place for
I
very
didn't
low
care
no,
nothing
hold on.
about that.
What I'm saying is, I was tired of living in bullshit places.
You chose that place.
But I lived there for a reason. Because I did want to make sure I can afford certain things, certain amenities. Right? So yeah, I had already put myself through. But then after a while, I'm living in places that's beneath me. And I don't want to do that. And I just don't feel like I should have to.
You don't have to.
And
but,
that's all I was saying.
so you don't think you should have like savings and all of that kind of stuff, a good little nest stack or anything? I mean, I get what you're saying. Because we lived like that most of our life. So I understand it. We've always lived what I would consider beyond our means. Let's just get right to the nitty
I
gritty.
don't live beyond my means.
Okay. We have always, and we talking about, because you saying I shouldn't worry about what I experienced with you. So you telling me to negate all that.
All I'm saying is, how much is my car note?
I don't know.
I don't have a car note. You don't know I don't have a car
I
note?
know you don't have one now, but I know what you've done to have cars that you wanted and it just didn't work. I know money that you wasted on cars
But I
for.
paid car notes on just 2.
No, I said I know what you've done to get certain cars just to have them, or because you want it when you really need it, when you could have got a more practical car. So I know, like, how you think.
I got 2 cars I just got 2 cars.
Okay. So,
Even still, it's a car.
so are you saying the red pill philosophy did inform your decision
No,
to leave for good?
no, that philosophy is how they felt. My philosophy is how I feel. You have to understand, like, I can't be a leader at work. I can't be a leader. I mean, I'm a leader at work. I'm a leader at church. I'm one of the guys that people talk to when I'm with my friends. Like, I don't want to say I'm the leader, but I'm one of the guys people want to hear from. My mother is way more successful than I am. She calls me for advice. My stepdad calls me for advice. My real dad calls me for advice. The only person that really hinders, that don't like my advice, is you.
Because you don't take your own advice.
I'll say this. I know one thing.
Right. That's what I
If
know.
I wanna-
That
if I
pride
wanna-
too.
if I
That
wanna-
pride you
if
will.
I
That's
want
how I
something,
knew you were
I
not gonna
can
take
go- I
no
can work for it.
accountability in this session. That's what I wanted from you.
If you
That's
feel
what
like I
this
didn't
was.
take
No, I'm
accountability-
saying right now you will still sit here and just act like whatever. You know, I ain't did nothing wrong. I'm perfect. I didn't make
said
bad
I'm perfect.
decisions. I didn't
I
do
haven't
this.
made bad
No, so
decisions.
no, you not. I'm not letting you do that. So, okay. So the red pill. So it basically, from what I'm listening, it gave you, because it's kind of the same talk. You literally said if I go, you should. Some you just said.
But you feel
But that's
like, but you feel like you shouldn't.
No, I never said that. But I feel like I should also be able to trust you to lead.
But
Right.
here's the thing you have to understand. My decision was, you don't trust me to lead, so why should I stay?
Okay, but you didn't say that.
But I mean,
No,
that's
no,
part
no.
of the
We'll get to
condition.
that. No,
You
we'll
don't
get to
think- You
that.
don't think men feel
Because
that?
I'm gonna tell you what I really think. Well, I ain't gonna say what I really think, but it did cross my mind.
But
Because
want
I
you to
actually
say it.
think I am gonna say it. I actually think that you got back with me for revenge. I actually think that you probably had some type of plan, some shit going on, or whatever the case may be. You gonna test the water over here till you figure out where you actually want to live. And that's what you did. Because when you got to that house, you didn't engage in that household. You didn't try to be a family, whether you didn't like the house or not. Your kids were in there. You didn't engage. You was just kind of doing your own thing. You still operated like you was single.
I
So
was not happy there.
it doesn't matter. So you shouldn't have
Can't
came.
say-
You should not have came.
and that's why I left.
No, you should have never came. Because that was a disruption.
All right, so
Hold on, because I'm not finished.
okay, go ahead.
Hold on. So now we get into it. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying that's how I felt. Do I feel like, I'm going to say 30% feel like that. I don't really feel 80%, 70% that you did that. That's just like there's a lot of reasons to do that because you petty.
I'm not that petty.
Okay.
Okay, when have I been petty towards you?
When you just moved out and didn't tell
So
me you was moving out.
So the
Okay.
20 years, that one thing?
No, that's not just the one thing. You petty. And you got a lot of pride that blocks a lot of things. All right, so this brings us to the end.
The end of what?
The
That
end
question?
of what we'll be talking about, leading to the question that everybody want to know, what you kind of just answered.
Okay.
What was the final point of no return for you? And
So-
can you walk me through the thought process on why you chose to leave with only 2 weeks notice?
So remember, guys, our divorce was in 22. It was final. But
You a spinner. You
Let
would
me
be a
finish.
good
Can I
news
finish?
broadcaster.
can I finish?
You can answer
Can
the question.
I'm answering the question, but I want this to be somebody come in late. They need to know this.
No, they should have been on time.
So
Play it back.
with that being said, here I am in the house. She mad because I feel the way I feel. So she's moved downstairs. So I'm so now I'm unhappy. But
But wait a minute. Why did I move downstairs?
why did you?
Right.
You have to
So
answer
no,
the question.
right. But you just gave them some answer. That's why I moved downstairs. I don't know. You just told them I moved down there for.
She moved down there because she wanted to.
I didn't move. Technically, it didn't. I didn't technically try to move down there. So I got a business that I work on, and I need space. So I do events, balloons, things like that. So I was working. I would work down there, fall asleep. Cause also we don't watch the same stuff. I watch my stuff. I watch a lot of politics, news, this and that. He don't want to watch that. He is uninterested in that. I will watch it all day, which I understand that. Who wants to watch that all day? I'm different. I watch that all day.
Nobody
wanna
come
I'm
home.
talking.
Go ahead.
I'm watching it all day. So that was kind of that. Jamel would come in. First of all, Jamel was totally disconnected from the house, the kids. I even thought when he got there, at the minimum, we would get some relief with the kids. Nope, he let them still behave the way they behaved. He never said nothing. He just sat in the room, and he might have been depressed. That might have been his thing. I cannot take that from him. My thing is, you just need to open your mouth. So, because the decisions you make at the end of the day, you still have a lot of family. So, they just don't affect you. And that's just how I feel about that. So, what was you gonna say?
So I'm not trying to make any excuse, but I'm in a relationship with my ex-wife, and I'm single.
And he had a bar he would always go to and would never let me come. So that got something to do with it too. And I caught him too.
Didn't catch me for nothing.
Okay.
With that being said, the only reason I didn't let her come is because when she came, she was like ill. Nah, go back to where we.
I never said that.
Fam.
I said ill.
Ill.
First of all, I say ill to a lot of stuff. And the damn bar stools, my knees was on the thing.
Doesn't matter.
That's
Felt
not why.
uncomfortable.
No.
This is how I know she felt uncomfortable. She talked everywhere she goes. She always running her mouth. She ain't talk to none of them.
Why would I talk to unfriendly people? Y'all know how them boomquishas is. It was the bonnet bandits.
You see how she name called them?
The bonnet bandits. Don't speak to me. Why would I speak? I am a happy, bubbly person.
Not there, she wouldn't.
Sure ain't, cause bitch, I'm from the hood too. I ain't gotta speak to you either.
See, now she calling me bitch.
Yeah,
Bitch.
cause that's how they looked at me. Like, who is this bitch with your
Everybody,
mail?
somebody knew.
No,
See how she just broke?
no, fucking vultures, bonnet bandits.
I don't know nothing about none of it.
They had the rings in their nose and.
The Southside people. Look, I'm
We
not
ain't
gonna go
talking.
to it. They come in barefoot.
But them is different people. They
yeah,
not gonna
they
unalive you.
They homeless.
They not gonna beat you up and unalive you.
They're still from you though.
They will do that. All right. So, all right. So looking at the failure of our romantic relationship.
Oh, it wasn't no pussy downstairs. Now, and look.
That's still not why I moved down there.
She moved down there.
No, I ended up moving down there.
She moved down there. Once she stayed, but I mean, she moved down there for like 2 months.
Yeah. When I decided that you was on some BS and I figured it out.
So I'm single. We're not married anymore. And she moved downstairs. And in my head, I'm like, I don't have to go through this. I can just get my own place.
But did you ask why I moved downstairs?
I didn't care.
Right. That's what we get into.
When you ain't getting no,
Listen,
so,
he didn't care.
Here's the thing.
He didn't care.
Men
I'm gonna tell you why he did not care.
Men don't ask questions. Once the sex
He
stops,
didn't care because he didn't want to know the answer.
Men need
Period. Point blank.
men need meat, potatoes, titties, ass. Now, I don't ask Nikki to cook, and she don't cook a lot. Because I always buy food. So she is spoiled. Cool. So that take off meat and potatoes. I have to supply that for myself. Then if I ain't no titties and no ass, look, fam.
Did he want to know the reason why?
Why do I'm not like that.
Right. Okay then.
If you wanted me to know, you could just told me.
No, I told you. You just wasn't listening, and you didn't want to hear it. Right. That same look right there. That's the same
When
face you had. So when you give me that indifferent, I don't give a fuck face. That's the action that I give.
But when somebody wants you to stay unhappy, and
ain't nobody asked you to stay unhappy.
As long as we was.
I asked you to stand 10 toes down and be a man and open your mouth.
I told you what I wanted.
No, you didn't say nothing.
I said I want to move.
No, that's not what that led to. It was either moving or the pussy. Which one is it? Come on, like
nowhere where ain't no pussy at.
And I'm not finna give. You know what? We getting off
now
track.
Now she feel like
no, we're not gonna go there. We're not finna go there. Like I said, you didn't want to know the reason why, but I feel like you actually do know why. So we're gonna leave that at that. All right.
Jennifer Summers, ABJ's Wise and Strong. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining. Thank you all. How you doing? Hey, Jennifer. Hey, ABJ. Shout out to my bag chasers showing me some support. I got 8 whole people, y'all. Y'all got me bumped.
No, and here's the thing. Somebody said ain't no wood downstairs. I just say, I say what Anton would say. Ain't no box downstairs.
The box was downstairs.
No,
he just don't want to know why it was downstairs. So, anywho, where we at? All right. So, looking at, because this is where I was before you.
So, somebody asked, why didn't I move down there with her? I don't sleep in living rooms. And it's
why didn't I take? Hold on. One of the back chases is from Solomon Cannon. Why didn't you tell him why you were moving downstairs, and why didn't you just move down there with her? Well, because I didn't intentionally move down there. That's why I moved down there, because I would always be working on my balloons and stuff like that, watching politics. I knew he didn't want to watch that. He watched his own thing. So normally I would just fall asleep. But after certain behaviors and things I was noticing, and
what were you noticing?
Your indifference.
From what? Me telling you?
No, from the household, period. I'm talking about from the point of let's take the kids to the zoo or something. You don't want to do nothing. Nothing. You want to do nothing. Nothing. Let's do that. No. Let's do that. No. So when I felt like you had already, I know you. Like, they don't get it twisted. When I knew or felt like you was disconnected from that, but you didn't actually want to have a conversation, but at the same time, because don't act like you wasn't getting no box just because I was downstairs, because we done pulled over on plenty streets. So let's just don't. So I'm not finna let them think that you was just out here dry. So don't believe that. He likes to try to. He think he was dry.
If you put lotion on your legs on a Wednesday, 2 weeks later, is the lotion still on your legs? No.
Like I said, don't sit here and try to act like you was dry. Because truth be told, even though I was downstairs, it's plenty nights we done pulled over in the car and all type of stuff. So don't act like that.
But
don't go there.
Plenty of nights that we didn't.
Okay, and it was more plenty nights that it was other shit going on that you don't care about. Somebody got to care about. So here we go. Looking only at the failure of our romantic relationship. What was the biggest mistake you take accountability for? Maybe we can get some accountability from you. And what was the primary mistake you feel? I repeat, well, you already told me that 50,000 times, so we don't even need that damn question. Hold on. Scratch that.
Somebody said you be watching this. So
yes.
With that being said, I'll say this. I don't feel like I made a mistake in moving in.
No. Oh, moving in. Okay.
I don't feel like it was a mistake at all. I just don't feel like it was. It was probably some questions I needed answered. It was ways. It was. No, I don't think it was a mistake me moving in. It was just what it was. I had to learn things about myself. So, me getting older, I understood that in a lot of ways, and I don't like how it sounds, it is going to be my way or the highway. And it's only because I had children at a very young age. I raised them. I have 8 out of 8 children, 5 of them are adults. We have 3 left. And I feel like they 5 outstanding adults. I feel like I did a great job in being a part of making sure they were raised right. I was never just a weekend father. I was always around. Meaning, I had them for the summers. Even when I met Nikki, she had 2 children. I only looked at them as they were mine. I never had them call me stepdad. I was dad, pop. And that's just what it is. We get into a point where we getting older. Our kids were older. And it's time for us to have more for ourselves. It's time for us to have luxuries. And I don't care about a car. I also don't care about working 2 jobs. So I was working 1 job, making a great amount of money, and I still found time to be a bartender to increase that while we were together. So yeah, I don't mind working for what I want because that's easy for me. I was built to do that. But the problem is I want what I want. If I'm willing to work for it, I don't want to hear it's going to cost too much. You know what I mean? If I'm willing to work for it, I don't want to hear, like I grew up in church. I grew up with a mindset of my father owned all the cattle on the hill. Well, if that's the case, I don't want to live in Dutchtown. And Dutchtown cool. But we could just, I apologize. But I'm just saying, I don't want to live in places. I want to live in a better place.
So,
And I feel like we should have. With both of our incomes together.
what are some mistakes you made in general?
In the past?
You said in general, not just. Are you saying yeah?
Or you saying when we got back together?
No, you said in general.
All right.
Are you saying with us as far, or are you
So-
saying in his life, like, are you saying in our relationship?
Say the name again.
I just said as far.
So I'm gonna call you fam.
I know his name.
So it's okay. So fam, look. When we were younger, when we got married, I was 29, she was 32. Okay? When we got married, we had 5 kids and actually we had 6 kids all together when we got married. So I always had a lot of kids to take care of. Also, during the course of that marriage, I paid child support on one child. And of course, they didn't put the child support on us until I married Nikki. So it's really her fault. But that child support that I was paying was about $1,100 a month. With that being said, I did have to work harder because of the child support. The child support didn't make me quit. It made me stronger. So, okay, you mean in a relationship. In a relationship, I think the mistakes I made was maybe she didn't understand that I was serious when I said I wanted to move. Or she just didn't, in my opinion, I don't think she took me seriously. But I said it. I said it
About
like,
moving?
yeah.
Why wouldn't I take you seriously? I wanted to move. The goal was the same. It was
just a lot
it
of
was the
heartbreaks.
method and the way of going back with it.
Crypto phone, that's my boy Kyle. But that's Kyle.
Oh, Dutchtown proud, Dutchtown in the building.
But
He
it's
done
just-
already called our location out.
No, we in Tower Grove. But
Tower Grove ain't shit.
it's cool to me.
Anywho.
But all I'm saying is, if I made mistakes, if I don't like a place, I just be mad when
He's
I'm
talking
around.
about in general.
He said
You
in
keep
a
talking about
relationship,
this,
he
right? The
redeemed.
whole relationship,
Okay.
the whole one.
Well, let's answer it this way.
The whole one.
what
No,
mistakes
that's
did I
not
make
what he
from you?
asked me. I've
You answer
already
the
told
question.
you.
My mistakes. What was my mistakes?
You know your mistakes.
No, say them.
Let me get my list out. Hold on. I'm just playing. Let me put them in the right words.
Nope. Say it.
Cause I can't. Cause it's like
Where we start reading? You can say it however you want to. I'm okay.
I'm trying to think. So my thing. Well, first of all, like I said, for me, just the way you handle finances is off the Richter. To me, I feel like we just always in struggle mode, or you always got brilliant mind, brilliant brain, brilliant ideas. Now, I will say this. I will say the comedy, when you did that, I should have definitely, but I didn't know how to be better. If I know what I know now, I would have been better for you and showed up for you in that moment when you was getting the doing the events monthly with the comedy, because that was actually pretty dope. But at the same time, I kind of resented it because it was pulling money out the house, and I felt like we were struggling, but you was pulling money out the house to make sure that was good and all of these things. Now, that's my brain at the time. Now, if I know what I know now, I would have handled that a little different and probably most likely been helping. You get what I mean? So,
I did actually help.
right, but I didn't know how to help because I still got to raise the kids. See, to me, I felt like you didn't understand that both of us, because we still had a house full of kids and they were little at the time. We didn't just have, you wasn't no weekend daddy. You had the kids. We had all the kids. Both of us cannot be gone. So that was my thing. Like, I can come, but I can't just be gone with you like all the time, every day. And we got kids that need to be raised. Somebody gotta be there with them.
Fear.
That's not fear. That's you gotta raise your kids.
I mean, what I'm telling you.
Like, which actually is my job. If we're talking about order in the full context, that's actually where I was supposed to be.
Hey guys, just to even sub on this point. I did used to do a comedy show, and at one time it was probably one of the biggest comedy shows in St. Louis. And what Nikki was saying was she felt like she resented it, and she felt like she didn't want to help with it, which I ended up doing a lot by myself, but it ended up putting me in a position where I just quit. But
that's his actual question.
I saw it.
What was the time you look back and said I was wrong for that? Like, that's the mistake he want to know. He wants you to own up to something.
I think how I moved out, I was probably wrong.
We've been together 20 years.
But I'm put it like this, not but. The way I moved out was wrong, but my anger is usually very quiet. And then a lot of times I don't really like yelling at Nikki. I don't like arguing with Nikki, and she knows it. And I think in a lot of cases she does use it to her advantage, because she know I'm only gonna go too far, and then I'm gonna just get quiet. But I have had situations to where I didn't totally maybe say what my plan is, but the reason that if I have a plan and it's totally not mapped out, a lot of times that's simply because I feel that Nikki's not ready to receive it. So that's how I feel.
That I'm not capable of receiving what you
gotta
say.
I said ready, meaning you want to hear it. One of the things that when you feel a certain type of way, you don't want to hear it, because you feel like you got some other stuff going on. You ain't trying to listen. And with that being said, I'm gonna be fair. Kelly said, somebody said to be fair, Nikki has been doing that.
Wait a minute, what?
If you've been around Nikki when Nikki has a strong point,
I've been doing
she
what?
do not want to listen.
Hold on. I don't know why I sent your buddy like you so.
Kelly didn't say it.
Who said that?
But he said it at Kelly. He just didn't know Kelly is our best friend.
You should do your own mistake. Hey, Nikki. Oh, no right or wrong. Oh, it's some right and wrong over here. He just won't say it's wrong.
I told you can say it if I'm wrong.
No, we won't self.
It's easy if I can point out your mistakes. And it's easy if you can point out.
What don't I do?
You don't be wanting to listen when you don't feel like listening. Everybody know that about you.
Okay.
The reason she smiled and put her head down is because she knows it.
No problem, because I don't want it.
See, because you know her. Flat out. I ain't coming for this shit.
No, yes I did. I came for the smoke. I can't start the channel holding the people accountable.
Let me say this, y'all.
Without bringing myself.
Let me say this, y'all. Nikki is the most talented woman I've ever been around. 90% of what she touches is gonna turn into gold. As far as her aspirations on social media, I believe she gonna get there, whatever she wants, and I'm still gonna always support her. But let me tell y'all a quick story, and let me tell you how Nikki's mind is, and I want her to answer it, but I need y'all to hear this. Two sides.
Don't forget, tap the like button, heart it up, drop a comment, share it. Let's get it in the algorithm, YouTube algorithm.
So, I am the number one salesperson of the company. I've been in sales over 20 years now. I'm the number one salesperson of the company. With that being said, they give me tickets. We go to Vegas. For me and my wife, we fly to Vegas. We get to Vegas, limos pick us up. Everything is beautiful, right? Out of 5,000 reps, I'm number one. Because I can sell and I can sell anywhere. That's why I don't care what state I go to. I'm just like that. So we go to Florida. We go to a karaoke spot in Vegas. Nikki grabbed the mic. Nikki sings. Nikki blow everybody in the place socks off. It's some NFL players sitting at a table over there. It's 8 of us at the table. They come pay for everything. The owner come out and says these words. If you sing here and help my karaoke business grow, I'll pay you 6 figures a year.
I don't think he quite said that. I don't know what he said. First of all, I didn't believe him.
So, ABJ Strong said facts. Nikki is amazing. Now, he just said, if you sing here and help my karaoke business, this is in Vegas. He was basically finna give her a baby residency. Not to mention, we were in our early 30s. I probably was still 29 and she was probably 32. And Nikki is also a beautiful woman. So with that being said, he wasn't lying. And Nikki is super talented. What Nikki say? I ain't finna sing in Vegas. Quick. I ain't finna do that. And I was like, I'm right here. We can just move our family out here. No big deal. And I said, I know I'm gonna find a job. No, she didn't look into it. Not at all. She did not look into it. She dismissed it and said, he ain't mean that. But here we are. In our relationship, as long as we've known each other, she's in karaoke bars 4 or 5 days a week for fucking free.
It's not that many days. Thank you, sir. Don't lie on me on the internet. Thank you.
So 3?
No.
Was you at karaoke yesterday?
I don't have the kids. It's not my week.
Well, I'm saying, was you at karaoke yesterday?
It was yesterday.
And you're going to be going Saturday, right?
I'm promoting a show.
And then you went Monday,
no,
right?
I'm not
you singing
Saturday.
in the show. That's Friday, right?
Right.
You singing in the show tomorrow.
Karaoke.
Okay. You singing in the one tomorrow.
All right. Anywho.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, so where are we at?
How much you can pay for that show?
That's none of your business.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Jennifer Summers says, Nikki.
Hey, Jen. Tasha. It's performing this Friday. I am performing this Friday at Intertwine Wine Bar, featuring my first show.
Don't even have to try, y'all. Cold.
Okay. So now.
I don't want to talk about that.
No, because that's not what we're here for.
Oh, to talk about how great you are.
No, we're here for this. Right. Okay. So now I want to shift to some that actually, so I'm glad it got lighthearted because we're going to shift to something good. We're going to shift to something that we actually do incredibly well. Co-parenting. So we have 8 kids, 3 yours. We already kind of said this in the beginning before the new people. So we have 8 kids, 3 he has from a previous relationships, 2 of mine I had from previous, and we have 3 together. How is it possible that we could succeed at something so complex but fail at our own 2-person marriage?
Well, we still love each other. So I'm logical. You might be emotional, but
I'm actually pretty balanced in emotions and logic now.
Definitely emotional.
And logical now. Okay. I'm a conservative.
All right.
Woman.
Okay.
I'm not a liberal anymore.
So let's say this. As far as the kids, I've been around Nikki since her youngest son was 2. She doesn't know what being a single mother is.
Actually, Tootie was
single
here.
Parent? No.
Tootie was 12.
Okay. When I came, you forgot about all that. Because my other baby was calling me daddy in 3 months. And I never told him to stop. And I was cool with it. But Nikki doesn't know. She not gonna be a single parent. Maybe a single parent, but not a single mother. She don't go for that. And she don't have to. Because if my kids need something, I'm here.
He is an amazing, absolute best father.
And that don't have anything to do with us. The kids never have anything to do with us being mad at each other. And us being mad at each other don't have anything to do with situations that have anything to do with our kids. And that's never been the case. And I will give her kudos for that because she seen with a few things I had to go through. Because I didn't have to go through much. But, and God blessed me. But God really blessed her to. Now it's funny. When I said I keep the kids 50% of the time, she never had a fear and said, what'll happen when they're there 50% of the times? She never was like, I'm so worried about the kids. She don't call or shit. I'll call and be like, where you at? I ain't even in St. Louis, nigga. Call me when I get back. I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm with the band.
Shout out to the bad chasers. I had so much fun meeting.
But, I mean, as far as us co-parenting our kids, we do it in a way, it's 50-50. Usually the things that she's strong at, she handles. Things that I'm strong at, I handle.
You want to know something really interesting? You want to know a fun fact? 2 fun facts. I've never known my kids' shoe size. And that's because I never had to buy their shoes. So don't judge me. I wear that as a badge. I probably should know their shoe size, but I don't. I never had to buy their shoes. Never. And he handles all of the educational stuff. The schools, the enrollment, all of that good stuff. He takes care of all that hard work for me. So Jamel is top notch. And we are going to actually get into the whole stepdad thing. Because, some, and it is a narrative, and some people believe that. And I'm okay. This is how I'll ask the question. Because I don't agree with this, of course. But as far as not us, because some people will call us a unicorn when it comes to co-parenting. They say that people shouldn't take on another man's child. Would you advocate for your son? So would you want your son to be a stepdad, or would you prefer him not?
So here's the thing. I listen to Anton a lot, and I hear what he says about it. But I feel like as men, not only do we have to take on our children, but as men, we're going to have to take on other men's children. And that's whether it's coming from a parental role or a counseling role or anything. We have to do more, especially with our own communities. Love is a different kind of drug. And when you see a lot of kids nowadays, they don't have it like they're supposed to have it. So I definitely feel like I'll say this, I even get upset with women and they say that men aren't good men, because I feel like I understand that you had an issue with your child's father, but what about the next man up? What about the man that saw you as a flower when the man before him might not have? So I feel differently. I feel like if you love a woman, the kids come with it. I feel like you're gonna marry a woman. Even in the eyes of the law, in a lot of cases, those are your children.
Now, I will say this. Let's give a few context, because you did not have to deal with other dads, for real. But I'm saying, no, that's not what I'm going to ask you. So that was different. But how would you tell somebody else that's seen it that might have to deal with other dads, or just how to navigate through that? Because I can talk about how I navigate, because I had to deal with other moms, so I can tell how to navigate that. But what would you tell guys that are or are stepdads or in that situation, not a marriage or thinking about a marriage, but she got kids, he might love her. What would you tell him to look out for, to be careful of?
So,
because what we want to do is raise awareness on hold these women accountable to.
Here's the thing. I think the only red flag that you can have is if somebody wants you to adopt a name, and y'all not married. I'm not with that.
No, I mean dealing with the other, like the biological child. What advice would you give somebody to do that?
I mean, you saying like he meets her and she got a child?
No, I'm talking about just a baby daddy. A man out there that's meet a woman and got kids, but the baby daddy still in the life. I mean, what advice would you give to navigate that? Because the baby daddy could be insufferable. Would you advise him to leave if the baby daddy is unbearable? Because that could be dangerous.
Women control that, not me.
Sometimes.
And what I mean by that is, when it got to a certain point of our relationship, I wasn't in my baby mama's faces. I mean, you ever had an argument with any of my baby mamas?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
The middle one.
You mean the first one?
Well, whoever. Good. I told you don't use people's names.
Oh, I'll just say this. I don't know.
I mean, I ain't had no issues with her like that, but I did have to get it together.
I mean, because if somebody still like me, ain't nothing wrong with it. But I wasn't going. Not back to. Not back to no situation.
All right.
But I'll just say this: if you dating if you dating a woman and she got a child, y'all talk about it. But a lot of times, it's not a child. It's not a father in the picture. So that's one. But if it is, I would always watch how she dealt with him. Meaning, I would feel a type of way if when we start dating, she not trying to let her child go over there, or she not trying to let if he has to work hard to see his child, I'm speaking on his behalf.
Mm-hmm. All right. So people listening are probably amazed. No drama. This is just me. I've had no drama with other mothers. We've done no separate birthday parties. We've never had to do that. Even with Jamel, other kids' mother, we've always put on a united front as a family, even when the kids, and they're going to all do that, try to play us against each other. They found out that was not going to work either. So once that all got established at a young age, a long time, and one other thing I will say to the women, I do not interfere with Jamel and his children's mother parenting at all. They handle that. That is their child. Unless Jamel asked me advice or was just telling me, for the most part, situations, I didn't get into that. Even when I thought they were being whatever, I did not get into that. Now, if I thought Jamel was being wrong, I might say that to Jamel. I might let him know. But I've never gotten to their business. Have I ever overstepped my boundaries or anything like that when it came to your other kids' moms and you parenting them?
No, but I ain't really say much.
Right, but I got eyes and I can hear.
Well, you would always say, why you on that book?
Well, yeah, that would frustrate me because he would never. I felt like he should stand up to them more, and he just didn't. So
I do have a question.
Thank you, Sapa. I need to make you an admin. I don't know how to do that yet, but we gonna get there.
I want to ask a question.
What?
Do you feel like you should have done anything different?
Yeah.
While I was there?
Talking about this past time?
Yeah.
I felt like I was trying. As far as different I don't know, because for me, I just feel like, and I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, I just feel like I reacted to your mood. Like I gave the same energy you was giving. So once I figured out that you weren't really that involved or invested back into the family, then yes, I did pull away. Now, whether that's true or not, but that's just how I felt, is what I'm saying. So once I was like, okay, he ain't trying to, kids hang out. You always want to do this and do that and do other stuff separately. Then I was just like, all right, then he's single. And that's kind of how I made a decision to stay downstairs, because you act single. So I treated you like you was single. And that's kind of where my thought process was. Was it right, wrong? I don't know. I can only say, because I don't know. I guess it just threw me for a loop, because you got to think, you left the way you did, but you had, to me, that it was the deception for me. Like, to me, that was deceptive. The way you did it, how long you knew you was doing it. Other people knew it was happening, except the people that was in the house. And it left me in a big financial bind. Like, a big one. So, with me not knowing, not being able to plan for it, none of that. So, yeah. Like, some people would think that I shouldn't even be sitting here right now, but we ain't petty like that. We still got a family, kids, and I'm just not mad at you, because I also understood that, just like we tell women or whatever, you got to do what's best for you. You get what I'm saying? And I actually just came to this conclusion like a few months ago. You get what I mean? Like, maybe he just needed to get out. You get what I'm saying? Like, maybe not. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's this. Maybe he just wasn't happy and needed to do what was best for him in that moment and for the rest of his life.
Well, one of the things is I'm in sales. I'm in commission sales. And with that, I can't come home to a place I don't like.
And
it affects my whole mindset.
Because we got
my mood.
Right, I understand that. So,
and, all I was saying was, we could do better.
What does that mean, though? Like, you say that, but you're not in detail. Like, what does we could do better mean?
So, we in the
like
house.
That's generally, you got people that might need help.
So, we was in the house. Our house makeup is a 4-bedroom, but we literally have. It was 2 adults. It was 3 adults. 3 children, 2 dogs, 2 cats, sometimes raccoons and sometimes possums. But we just
say any damn thing, though.
I'm just messing with you. But
you ain't messing with me. I don't give a damn. I'm just saying,
because
I'm trying to figure out what did you do? What did you do
when we talk?
How we end up with all of them? How we end up with all that?
I did bring over a dog.
Thank you. After you knew I was already trying to do what? Get rid of a dog. Because it was too much.
We got rid of the dog.
Because it was too much. Okay, so let's talk about the dog. So he left. Asked me where the dog is.
The dog that saved your life?
Ask me where the dog at that I can't feed.
The dog saved her life.
Dog ain't saved my life.
From that man that jumped on that porch.
Dog ain't saved my life. Chase saved my life.
See, that's the dog that did not save your life.
Chase bite. Anyway, he didn't want the dog, brought the dog there, and didn't pay the damn dog no attention either. He ain't pay me no attention, kids no attention, or the damn dog he brought there. So, let's move along. Moving right along. We've been on here.
That's not how that works, Solomon.
Why didn't you just get the place and move? Now, I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I probably wouldn't have had an attitude, but he has done that before. What the hell I'm gonna do? Just sit there? What did I do? How many places have you went and found and I just ended up in them with no say so, nothing? And actually, none of our houses I've had say so in. You went and found them. We moved in them. So quit acting like, oh, that's not how that works. Like, stop the cap. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You picked every house. Well, yeah, because we was in a struggle mode at that time.
I didn't pick that house.
Right, because you had picked the other houses that we was in and put us in struggle mode. All right, so from your perspective, what was my role? Hold on, because obviously this question might not even. Okay, we're still talking about the kids. We're still talking about the kid.
I swear to God.
From your perspective,
or chip it.
What was my role in fostering that peace? Stepmothers often get a bad rap. So in your eyes, what did I do right to respect the boundaries and relationships? I think we already addressed that you had with your other children's mother.
Oh, I feel like that was cool.
Yeah, so we already kind of talked about that.
No, I did not pick Dutchtown, Latasha.
We've always lived in Dutchtown.
She said so. He picked Dutchtown.
We've always lived in Dutchtown. She talking about your last place.
I didn't pick that place. You picked it.
No, I moved back to Dutchtown. We was always in Dutchtown.
Well, that's true.
What are you talking about? It was always in Dutchtown. Idaho, what's her face? The house the kids grew up in. All right. So here we go. When we split for good, we established joint custody. You don't pay child support for my children. Why was it important for you that we handled the finances and custody with mutual agreement outside of a court battle? What does that say about the trust we have as parents that you think? For me, I would just say I think that two mature adults that have children and kids together really shouldn't need nobody to tell you what's best and how to operate for the kids. We feel like we knew what was best and how to handle our situation for our kids. And I'm going to tell you how diabolical they are in the child support, in the courts and the child support, because I watched them try to get one of them. That was another whole story. We might have to do a child support podcast. But we was in court and she was literally still trying to convince me to put child support on him. I'm telling her I don't need child support. He take care of his kids. I do not need child support. I don't have an issue with him taking care of his children. I ain't never had no issue with that. But nope, she wanted to move along. Well, you sure? Because you can get such and such and such amount of dollars. You got 3 kids and this and that. We good. So that's a whole thing. So y'all watch out for that, because these women out here are diabolical with it. You hear me? And they stick together and they try to coerce and all of these things.
Well, I think the main reason is because what a lot of times people don't understand is when they put you on child support, the state gets a portion of that money.
Well,
they feel like if you got any kind of assistance or whatever, they'll get.
Yeah, but I wasn't getting assistance.
I mean, I know, but
they just don't care.
No.
I don't think child support should be for strictly deadbeat dads. Like dads that ain't nowhere around, don't do no fun, like you just don't know. I don't think child support should be a thing like that. Like they need child support reform.
Nikki is dope.
Hey, thank you.
We have different ideas and we have to agree to disagree. But I will say, like, I know at times she mad at me about the situation, and at times I might be mad at her, but I still want the best for her. I'm never gonna, as far as being petty, I ain't petty as far as her success. Hopefully, with what she's trying to do and work with women, people in need, I hope it all gets done. But she has so many gifts. Me personally, I'm more just a silly guy. I don't really do much other than
he actually a comedian. I don't know why he won't tell you that.
And love my kids. That's it.
All right. So we coming to the end. So this final section is kind of going to bring both the failures and the successes together for a powerful, and we're going to give some accountability, maybe actionable advice if we have it. So if you could travel back and give the man that's about to marry me one piece of advice, what would it be now, knowing everything that you know? If you was talking to yourself back in 2009.
Don't be quiet with how you feel. Say how you feel and stand on it.
I can agree with that. I could say that. I could see where I maybe can see where you didn't say a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So, and the only reason I say that is because when you did say something, then I knew it meant a lot to you. You get what I'm saying? And I knew you was serious. Like when we took in our nephew. You know what I mean? Which, for context, is his baby mom's nephew, but he ended up coming to live with us. Wonderful, wonderful kid. We love him to death. But it wasn't easy. But I also knew that was something that meant a lot to him and was important to him. And I'm so thankful that we did it. All right. So based on our story, what's your advice to a couple who is realizing their marriage is over, but are terrified of what it will do to their kids? What is the first and foremost step? Now, let us give a disclaimer, because we strongly advocate for you to stay together. But if you can't, but we really want you to. Do not communicate. So what will you take out of this communication? Drop it in the comments, y'all. What do y'all think y'all take out of this conversation that could help couples not end up where we at? From our conversation, drop me a couple of one words and let us know what some words. Is it accountability? Is it communication? Is it finances? Whatever you think that need to be took from this conversation that people could focus on, not to end up where we are and where I'm at. Divorced and Single, my new series on my YouTube channel. I'm just another brown girl in America. Thank you. All right. So, and then you. What's your answer? You want me to ask the question again?
No, I got it. You know what? I think if somebody is breaking up, the one thing I don't think having issues with children. I think somebody gotta really sacrifice. I was always willing to sacrifice, meaning, I was willing to always drive and get my kids, and I ain't have to worry about it. If the mother said they ain't want to feel like driving, I just went and got it. I believe the men should sacrifice anytime, and I mean time, meaning you start off first going, hey, you do what you got to do, and they can just stay here for the summer, and then you end up switching it where they stay with you for the school year and they go there for the summer.
Hey, you can tell the women what they take out of it and what the men take out of it. So you got Tasha. She says communication.
Tasha said
Elijah, communications. Tasha says grace.
Solomon said finance.
Right, and Tasha says patience, and then Solomon says finance. Of course, the man should think about finances.
But that's what we do then.
Yeah, and friendship. All right. So we are now officially co-parents, not partners. I don't even know why I wrote that in there.
Wow.
Fucking partners. We don't use that word, the liberal word. Now that we're officially co-parents and not a couple, we're not married, you're not my toxic masculine man anymore. What is the one thing you need from me to continue co-parenting effectively? And what is the one thing that I can count on from you?
Yeah. Let's make sure you do the hair this weekend. Birthday is through, man.
Duly noted.
You know, you just ask me what you need, and I just try to make sure you get it.
Okay. All right. So,
let me find out Jamil is toxic. Wow.
I don't think he just is jolly, happy, jolly guy. All right. So, we're almost to the end.
You know what? Everybody that if they know us, they know you spoiled.
No, because if I was spoiled,
See what I'm saying? If I was spoiled.
anyway, we started this to help couples with our complex family. Now we started this to help couples, but really our focus is on fixing the black family and helping them thrive and stay together. Because like I said earlier, we feel like that is one of the big major problems in the black community when it comes to finances, when it comes to financial health, when it comes to kids. I have a script here I am trying to read.
Hold on. But just remember this, y'all. Just because you not together in the household or in a relationship, that don't mean y'all not together. Meaning, she got a singing situation. I'm gonna be there to support. And a lot of times, like my other kids coming, all her other kids coming, they mamas will come. You know what I'm saying? The families, any family, the families that I've touched with my seed, but I married, it's all a family. Meaning, Nikki, I got 3 children's mothers. Even though they grown, but they can all be in the same room and have the same conversation about different things. Because I wasn't sleeping with them at the same time. When I was with Nikki, I wasn't sleeping with them. And it put me in a situation where I was able to be friends with my children's mothers, as well as be a husband to Nikki. So when it's a situation where it's like, hey, let's everybody get together, we can get together. And if they dating somebody, they welcome to come, because I'm not jealous hearted. Nikki's dated other guys. I didn't matter. I felt good when they seen me coming to pick up my kids. Because I used to be like, I bet you don't pick up your kids. And even if you did, Nikki ain't want them over there.
Petty.
Nikki ain't trying to.
He say he ain't petty, but he got some he got a little cattiness in him. Don't let him fool. Do not let him fool y'all.
One day Nikki was
No, I just said we're not doing it. No, we're not doing that.
You talked about Babs.
No.
You did.
I didn't tell no stories.
You said Purple Heart.
Did I tell a story about her? Did I tell a story about her? No, we're not. I just said she was twerking in the streets.
That was a story.
That's not a story.
I just want to talk
that
about
is animal behavior.
I
was watching the Wild Kingdom.
I just want to talk about the part in that
who?
baby head.
What?
When he tried to cut somebody hair.
Oh,
and it was a big part in his head.
No. I want to hurry up. We got
no, it's fine.
2.
It's cool.
Go tell your story about the big part.
No. He just had to go to school like that. He was hurt. He was happy when he got it. He was like, my mama dating a boy. I was like, he no boy. That part was sticking in his brain like. He went to school, this girl was like, that part big.
Well, shut up.
That part big. What was trying to do?
All right, so
my bad.
Like I said, so we believe that is one of the main issues that's plaguing the black community, fatherless homes. We feel like it's plaguing financially, all of this. YN culture.
Is that Gia?
Hood rat culture, all of that.
Is
so,
that Gia?
yes. So,
my bad.
What is the most important lesson? Okay, so with our complex family, what do you think is the most important lesson we can offer about breaking generational cycles and building a healthy foundation for your children, even if it's not under one roof?
You basically still have to be there. You still got to show up for your family.
Okay, now some people don't consider themselves family once they break up. Do you think everybody is family when they break up, or do you think we created a family to make sure that we had a family? Like, do you think we actively worked on it, or it just happened?
I think whatever we wanted to do was always for the family. So the kids was first, or both of us had a dream of how our biggest arguments was how we see the family, how we see how the family should live. And those were just how those are tough arguments. When you feel like the kids can move this way, and I might feel like they should move this way, one of us have to be. I don't even want to say the bigger person. But one of us have to sacrifice our ideas. Me personally, in a situation where we have to sacrifice, I don't mind sacrificing certain ideas. I just don't. But showing up, whether you're together or not, it's okay to be a cheerleader. I mean, I would think if somebody really loves you, even if you was with somebody new, if you was with somebody that you was happy with or whatever, hey, I'm gonna be happy too, as long as you happy.
Mm-hmm.
But you're a woman. Y'all don't really be happy. Not no more.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just playing. Y'all be happy.
He still they liberal sound like. All right. So trying to see where I want.
It's more.
No, not really, but I think I do want to ask this.
What is it? People got to go to work.
Mm. All right. Final thoughts. Is there anything else you want to say to me, our children, people listening, or anybody who might see themselves in this story? Give out your Instagram, or I don't know what you got. Your social media if you want, or how they can follow you.
Jamel.
Oh, hold on.
And Facebook.com.
Guess what? Ain't you a bag chaser?
Yeah.
Jamel is actually an official bag chaser now. Yay!
I've been a bag chaser for like a month, 2 months.
Oh, I didn't know. Yay! So yeah, Jamel a bag chaser too.
I wish I could get a hand.
Hand it. All
I
right.
wish I could get a head, but,
Well, that was just, you had to beat her, I guess. But I heard somebody talking about the hats, and I think he might be working on dropping a link for some. I don't know. But yeah, I want to take a shout out for everybody who stopped in. It's Pi, you've been here with me the whole time. Right on. You like the GOAT. I get this stuff going. You can be my admin. What if I get an admin, y'all? Y'all missed my question. What was it? I'm sorry. Hold on, let me go back up. What you say you should look for in a person if you want to get married in your 20s from both of us?
Oh, in your 20s?
Yeah,
Not do it.
That's not true.
Oh, in your 20s?
That's not true.
Like 27?
In your 20s, early, get married young.
Okay, I did get married young, and I'll say I was 29. Me and Nikki dated from 26. Ooh, for a long time. But we dated for 3 years. I'll say this. Pay attention. You want somebody that you're going to marry, it's okay that they love you, but you really want them to like you. I think that's the most important.
Yeah.
And what I mean, like, every day not going to be a butterfly day, but if that person's willing to sacrifice them for you, and you willing to match that for them, I think that's a good start. Also, somebody having their own mind is cool, but from a man's point of view, you do have to have a woman that's going to say, okay, we'll do it your way, and then wait.
Do you think it'll be beneficial? Because this is what I would aspire for our sons, which hopefully. Would you think it beneficial that's why I say that's one of the reasons to find a younger woman, because but I'm saying a tame one, because a lot of the young ones out here kind of wild too, but I'm just saying a nice young woman that don't have as much experience with life. Life ain't beat her down as much. She don't have a lot of grudges, too much trauma from past men, You get what I'm saying?
I mean,
I think like the younger you are, because a lot of this stuff that women, the way we act, the way we behave, the way we think, that comes from past trauma, past relationships, past all type of trust issues, everything. So I think the less touched by those things, and I'm not saying sexually, I'm just saying period, by all these different encounters and spirits.
Well, I think with our sons, it's always going to be issues as far as what you gonna like about in most of the girls. But yeah, you want them to be on the same level, but this is why we have to, in my opinion, this is why we have to push college and push the college thought processes. Because when you
That's who ruined the girls.
in some cases, yes.
92%, Jamil. 92%.
Can't say that. Because
Okay.
I watched you go to college.
Okay.
And
And how is it helping?
What
Do
you
am I
mean?
making money? What did I go to college for? It ain't about going to college, it's about what you go for. You get what I'm saying?
What I
Most
am
people
saying-
ain't going for
What I am
the right
saying,
stuff.
it empowered you not in a negative way.
I mean, but I came all the way from down here, so I had to.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you have to understand. You want a woman that don't go to college.
She ain't necessarily got to be that. I want her to respect him. Like you, all the things you said, the reason you moved out, that's what he need to look for.
But what I'm saying is,
But
if he's that guy in college, she'll notice it.
well, you know, I don't know if y'all know. Right now, I'm mad at colleges. I don't like what they did to the kids, so I'm biased
But he went to
on
college. And
Yeah,
you wasn't mad at what it did
before
for
I got
you?
retarded. That was that. I went, but I didn't keep going.
But you
I didn't
said
keep
that, though.
going. No. I didn't need to. But I would say,
Don't say that.
nice young lady, if you want to get married, just be quiet.
Don't do it. Don't say it.
What am I finna say, Jamil? That's why this is
Don't talk
one.
about
This
it.
is literally one of the reasons we do
Don't
not
talk
get
bad
along.
about colleges.
I say what the hell I want about them colleges. They biased, they mostly liberal, and they indoctrinate kids and teach them one way. That's the truth. It's just the truth.
You think HBCUs?
70% of women lead their marriages. 92% of those women are college so-called educated. I did the data on it a couple weeks ago.
And I get it.
Look how they voted. 92%. That same 92% that left your husbands. The same Michelle Obama that told the people not to listen to their husbands so they could vote for Kamala. Like, what are we talking about? It's trade schools. It's all type of things. I just don't advocate right now for, I mean, they can go, but what you going for? I think they need to already have their brain. We're not even answering the man question. So I'm trying to get back to that while you was trying to stop.
That man probably college educated.
That's not what he asked you to, man.
No, I said I already answered.
All right, let me answer how I want to answer. Is that okay?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Like, this is literally the dynamic of our relationship. Like, with everything, though, not like on a light level. Like, it's just, anyway.
I just want to be associated with it.
With what?
No statements about me.
Okay, well, you already know what type of channel I
Tyler
got.
graduated from college.
I don't care.
And
I
she
did
was
too.
an amazing wife.
And she definitely is an amazing wife, but she also is conservative in her living. She just don't know it. She thinks she a Democrat.
Don't be put Tyler.
You put her out there. You the one called her out.
I'm just,
Okay, so I say look for a woman that's gonna respect you, and if you already got your plan and your vision together, that see your vision, I say make sure she ain't be twerking all in the middle of the concrete. Make sure she don't have blue hair. Make sure she love God. That's first and foremost. You have to love God because she has to follow you. And in order for her to follow you, you have to be led by God, and she has to be confident that you are led by God. So that's the kind of girl I would look for, the quiet one, the one ain't nobody checking for, the one that you don't see because she's not outside. So I don't know where you're going to find her. You're going to find her at work, maybe the grocery store, something like that. Or maybe the meetups, one of the meetups. So, yeah, that's what I say that I would want for my son to not be a baby daddy, preferably settle down early, get that generational wealth going, start saving. See, that's what we don't talk about. And that's another thing. When you do, make sure you have the hard conversations first. We did not talk about certain stuff. And I don't think a lot of people do because we just didn't know. I wasn't taught how to be a wife. Now, some people want to get married and don't want to be a wife. I did want to be a wife. I just didn't know how to be a wife. And I feel like I could say the same for him. He wasn't, we didn't really see how to be a husband. Now, I had a dad, my stepdad in the house, but I wasn't taught how to be a wife. No. So, that's that. Anything else to Solomon?
Go that.
Flowers can be the worst sometimes, but I'm sure you got discernment, right? We know you know how to look for them. You know the cues.
You think so?
You know the cues. I'm talking to you. They was in there. He say the quiet ones be the worst sometimes.
That's because they serial killers.
They be the worst for you though. They be the worst in the bed for you, not for everybody else, not for the streets. Now we ain't a monolith, so but there's still some gems out there. I firmly believe it. I believe it is wonderful, wonderful men out there. And Jamel is going to hopefully be a wonderful, wonderful husband to this next person that he meet. Hopefully we can take our mistakes and not do them in our next mission. So that's all I have to say about that. Do you have any final other thoughts?
I'm gonna be single though. I'm gonna probably be single.
Okay, well, Jamel says he's going to be single. I'm not going to say that. So thank you so much for this first live for Divorced and Single, just another brown girl in America. You can check out some of my other videos. Hit the like. You can still share it. This will be uploaded to my channel so you can rewatch it back, clip it up, or whatever you're going to do. I really appreciate y'all for sticking in here with me. Thank you, Jamel, for doing this. This was fun. Did you have fun?
Wait till the clip's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I got it. It's probably gonna take me some days. But thank you all so much. I'm just another brown girl in America. Peace out. We gotta hop over to the other street. Bye.